Now for sure you know what regulation is. Today we are February 22nd, 2018, and we are going to speak Bitcoin, our traditional periodical videos about Bitcoin that actually is the leader of rest cryptocurrencies. And through Astro finance tools, we will like to understand, to have any idea what dynamic move is going to come, and to get prepared to this, because we could see how astrology is beautiful, predicting to you what is to come and how it may interpreted it by. So after January, that we all already very familiar, some got burned a lot with the plunge timing, and we came out of it. And officially I'm telling you that we came out of this sort of correction, but another correction and big plunging will come in the coming months, as it will reach a new scores. And again, we need to shake to let the dump money out, as those that just like to join to party when it's already too expensive to get in. So in this video, as usual, I will pass with you through some technical charts, and then I will go with you through astrology. I was very fascinated by the last days to see the behavior of the Bitcoin, and also by capturing the translation in reality, how experts are speaking, and regards more other aspects of the stock market in general. So let's see Bitcoin. So I would like to focus specifically on the weekly chart, because what is happening during the day or day by day, it's too heavy, and it's just for people that aren't professional, that I'm not very interesting to lead them on a daily basis. Is not a term of how making money by buy and sell right now. I prefer you to go with your, if you like to be a daily trader, so to go with your own intuition through it, but according to know what's the long term is going to look like. So we have been already in all this plunge. We have arrived to the 6 in the hours of February 4th. This month already, I was telling you when it was 6,400, 6,400, buy it, start collecting it now. I did the same, and I told you that do it step by step, because maybe another we are not sure in that range what score will come or what level will come, just to make sure that is the real last one. And yeah, I've done as well collecting during all this week and even the beginning of this, and no more. And then we really realized that it came back to the ultimate 10,000. And the last week, since started just a few days ago, we have arrived to 11,500. And then by the last hours, even we are touching the below 10,000. So some people are asking me, sending me questions. Would it plunge again to the 800? When to join again? And I will like to answer those to those questions. First of all, through just looking on the weekly chart from last July to last August, just 1 month move, as it just was a big trigger for predicting all this climb according to basic technical look. And today, before I even will start with it, I want to introduce you a new asteroid that is pretty much amazing, that I'm going to present it to you. His name is Pholus. And Pholus is a very interesting one. It was just discovered in 92, And it's a very interesting indicator, and astrologers that have worked already with this asteroid to see how its location is predicting have seen already a very interesting phenomenon, which is a very turning point that is like a first domino stone in a range. And I want to see and to show you what is going to play in our economy and specifically on Bitcoin, and then we come back to the chart to explain you what may be the dynamic, and I will scan it until around May, June 2018. So we will look forward 2, 3, 4 months. So let's see how we are looking on from yesterday. Actually, I wanted to already upload this video yesterday, and I was preparing the graphs to show you, and we are doing it now. We are February 22nd, and what we are seeing here, this is follows. And follows just enter, say hello to follows. They just enter to the second house, but not just to the second house. It already was there since we have started the climb, the big climb in the Bitcoin already in December, and right now is entering to the main core of the Bitcoin natal chart that is governing in the range of Capricorn. Before this, it was still a craziness openness. We are seeing and validating that follows is starting his rule right now, also because we could see how, not just now, even by the beginning of this month, as just Mars was conjuncting follows. So we are seeing how Mars is the initiator of whatever is just reflecting, is like is the start button, and just activating it here, and probably it was exactly 2 weeks ago here, but now we are getting the first activation of a first ingredient inside of the second house, which is the house of the most important one of Bitcoin that reflects the money and the value. So before we have a value, we cannot even speak about the trade, about the blockchain. So the blockchain is very important as well in the Bitcoin, but here we are speaking about the value. The second house is money and value, could be also related to value of beliefs that a person has. And now we are getting the follows that were activated also like double stamp to show. And what is doing first is coming on Pluto. So Pluto is located in the first degree, and follows is on the first degree right now. You remember in mid of November, if you don't, just go back in my channel to one of those videos speaking about Lilith entering to Capricorn, and right now Lilith is just here. She just passed in since November like a half of sign, like 15 degrees, and we know what if it's done. And I told you that once Lilith came and activated those first planets, it was just surging the market and create some extra enthusiasm, because Lilith metaphorically or traditionally is speaking about whatever is revelation, and is a revelation against the Capricorn, and the Capricorn is very, very like organized and very institutional, and Lilith just don't want to put this tie on her neck. And now we are having followed something that is telling us that we are going to start any domino, any turning point move. But this turning point move, for some people, may tell maybe a pessimistic story. Maybe it's just now a turning, and maybe those people that are predicting that Bitcoin will collapse maybe will come true. But I'm telling you that the opposite is true, and this is turning point that the old economy is going to crash, and the cracks that I was speaking already since last summer 17 is now spoken more and more in the media and among very significant people that are part of the market. And we are seeing that Pluto, which is the power, which is the revolution, evolution, not the better to say evolution, is now activated by Pholus. And now it will initiate something on the inner level of it, and then will pass to the area of Mars, and then it will be even stronger. On the same time that it will continue forward, we will get both, but more importantly, Mars entering to that area as well, and we will have all of them both, Pholus, Saturn, Lilith, Pluto, and Mars together in the second house, which is the house of value of Bitcoin, and will create processes. We will see it in the coming charts that I've prepared for you already, just to pass rapidly to see how the evolution would look like. I just will put you already in March, and we're looking on the first day of springtime in 21st of March, and we are seeing how Mars is entering, was saying hello to Pholus, and is already also on Pluto. This is a very critical timing here, and this is a very good sign by Kuber looking on Saturn, and I love it pretty much, and I could sign to myself at least that in this place, in this area of time, the mid time of March or toward the first period of the springtime, Bitcoin will be in new scores, and will, even not new scores, but will be very high and very clear tendency to go higher. And in the April, we are seeing them again. We are seeing them again. I just want to make sure that you will be able to see this. Okay, and we are looking again. Now Vesta is inside here, and even bring more consciousness to this area, and all people are starting to get some envy and to want to be part of it, but it will be too strong and too quick to go higher, that it will be maybe again late for dump money entering inside. And we are going to see more here. Okay, Kuber isn't watching here, but again we are focusing on that area. Maybe here it will start coming a correction in April after a very strong climb, and the correction will be relatively small because Kuber will look in a very masculine environment, but on Lilith, and I'm afraid that a very quick correction, maybe a few days, will come during it. I hope that people that will enter before won't be excited or caring too much about this, and will look forward. And we are looking as in April, in May already, and we are seeing that Mars is just looking on Mars. Mars is looking on Mercury, and all this, Pholus is now retrograded, is persisting. Pholus is a very slow asteroid movement to complete a circle that look amazing. I want to show you another thing in a moment, but just look that when Bitcoin born in 2009, it had already the Pholus in Sagittarius in this location. And I would like to show you something, because Pholus is coming back to the same place after 92 years. Interestingly, a magicful number, but is not for now the explanation why. And here we can see how masculinity, when we are seeing masculine energy in natal chart of something financial, we like to consider a positive move. When we are seeing a feminine elements activated, like Moon, like Neptune, and even with Pluto with a certain conjunctions, we will look how it become pessimistic. And you know, some even people would consider that maybe women in general are more nostalgia, are more looking back, and looking back creates emotions, and emotion is something that is against investing. And in investing, all value are climbing as we are looking into future, into forward, into taking risk. And this is the masculine level of being a warrior coming forward. And now what we also can see that is even strengthening my prediction, and I won't be very excited at all with a correction that will come in April in a very short term, even could last a week or a week and a half even. I don't know exactly how it will need to correct itself, but in May already we will be in a much better location, and it will also would be very significant or even improvement in the blockchain transfer. And also I can see that is a process that's going to happen as Mercury will do 180 degrees to Jupiter, that is now going in reverse since April, and will go until that area and will come back. So until summer so far, even that we know that the Bitcoin is here to stay, is a good looking forward in a climb of a price. I want to show you what I mean and what is my description to the upcoming events, because the last days of February, and I think that even to my paid content, other cryptos, I was speaking about a non very stable February to big part of the cryptos. And now we are start seeing how the Bitcoin that was always predicting the other movements of the cryptos are starting to differentiate themselves. So it probably plunging back to that area, or in other scenario could also go into here, into an 8500, 8700, something like this. It will be pretty quick. I hope if I will find it in this price, I will buy another amount. I think that it will be very short time, very strong smart money will join in this point. And from here, it will surprise everybody and will start going, first of all, very quick, relatively, in the beginning of March, and for sure in the second week of March to 1300. And then I guess, according to the development that I'm seeing, that will go back to 11, 12 again. Maybe it even will go very quick even to the 1500, and then we would experience sort of a plunge as what I able to see in April, even to 11, something that could be interpreted for some people that will join late. And from here, I see here easily going to a new score in May, easily. And we were speaking already about 21,000, and from here it could totally burst up to another level that a little bit will lose control, and another correction will come and we will support it. Another thing that I would like to share with you, let's see the S&P, something interesting, very interesting. We are looking on March 1st, like 7 days from now, 2018, and look on follows. First of all, the S&P, the original index, is just born at the beginning with a very good hope. And of course, the people that bought this index in very early of this 90s could do the best saving account ever if they would just sell it today with the value of what companies were valued. But look how the phallus was located exactly on the same location as now the Bitcoin that born in 2009. Yeah, check where is your phallus in your own natal chart, but it's sort of amazing. So just 7 degrees less, it's a little bit more than 92 years, but it's still with the same environment and thing. And what is happening now in the S&P, we are seeing how just now the turning point area is coming. Saturn and Vesta are doing hello to Vesta, something that already had happened when Bitcoin was in the day of the plunge in the S&P market. Bitcoin rised from 6,400 to more than 10, right? And right now it's a turning point here. And phallus is also, as a transit now, is entering to Capricorn for all of us, each one with his positions is in his natal chart, and will start doing in the house of money something new to the S&P. But the S&P is going to die. And why? I was speaking already about it. We're looking on March on purpose of with putting it, even that I was showed you in one of my videos that I've recorded from a mobile, that Jupiter is now 23 in natal, and the transit right now is in March 1st is 23 and 7 minutes. So it's almost exactly here, something that is closing a process, closing a cycle. And this is in the 12th house, so it's something, first of all, that must to be ended and to replaced somehow. And we are seeing how strong aspect is doing to Saturn, to Uranus in the 3rd house in the trading level. And we are seeing how Neptune is just coming on Uranus, and Neptune coming on Uranus is sort of revealing all sort of lies and manipulation that couldn't be any more hidden. And we are seeing in many countries, as I'm just listening to news, how many, also this is a sign of a lot of lies coming out. And this is the last eclipse that we had the last week, also was speaking about revealing truth. And this is a sort of amazing story. And what I'm predicting that probably will come is that a lot of money will leave the regular stock market and will go into the cryptocurrencies as more lies will come out. And we are seeing debt, and all this corruption. What's the government, how the government is planning to manage people with it, and creating per person, per citizen, such a huge mortgage extra. So how would they claim this money back? And what is our future? We have no infrastructure to buy now gold and to put gold in your home or in any shelter. You need another way to have value for your moves. The last story, finding assets, is something very interesting, because if we're looking on so many years that the Jewish people after the Roman Empire, how when they exiled them, they found in all Europe different areas to live. So big part were to the eastern of Europe, Russia, Poland, Germany, and the other one went to the area of Spain and Arab countries afterwards. And this is what we know, Ashkenazi and Sephardi. But during those times, specifically in the Eastern Europe, the Jewish people, also in Spain, could not buy any asset, weren't had any privilege, weren't allowed to buy any apartment or any earth. And people and countries were just conquering each other. It's all was about the earth and who has a bigger territory. And as Jewish people couldn't buy any apartment, no one permitted them, and if someone would buy, would just need to lose it, they would need to find solution. And the solution they found was diamonds. So they understood that if you want to have any asset that with something that is giving you a value that you could still move, and to be this nomad that is changing places according to where you are more safe, they just could put an amount of gold in a very small thing and to go to another city and selling it back and having your money converted. But this is a great example for cryptocurrencies that is another value, another way how to save something that has value and you still could mobilize it without being dependent in what you have in one big shark bank somewhere, and is taking all your mortgage and all things that you are buying. You are committed, you cannot escape, you cannot disappear someday, you need to pay until the last cent. And we are speaking about liberty in a way that we are few months before entering to the era of Uranus, entering to Taurus, and we are just understanding that everything that has to see with Taurus element, about Taurus stability and comfort, is going to be outside of the comfort zone. So this is already predicting in the energetical level earthquakes, chaos, wars level, civil wars, manifestations. Everything is about real estate. Everyone wants to have his place and is already accepting to pay such a high price just for surviving, even for not having extra space to invest in himself. And all what I'm doing with you now is preparing your conscious, enabling you to see the trend and to allow human being beyond the karmatic lessons. So February 22nd, until the next video, visit my website, peopleknowing.net.